Bam. Hello, my name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. We got another full show for you guys today. It is Tuesday, and what a Tuesday it is. We're trying out a new microphone, as you can see, so hopefully it's not too much in the way. To my understanding, I have to be pretty close to it to make it really make my voice sound rich. Anyway, let's get on to the show. So we're going to start off with a little bit of sad news today. Highway 1 south of Ashcroft has been closed since approximately 8 p.m. on Monday, July 27th, due to a serious vehicle incident, which has left 2 people dead. The highway is closed from Cornwall Road near Ashcroft to Spences Bridge. Alternate routes are Highway 97C from Ashcroft and Highway 8 from Spences Bridge. The incident occurred near Basque Road around 7:30 p.m. on July 27th and involved a semi-truck and a southbound Honda Civic. Police say that the Honda appears to have crossed the center line and collided head-on with the semi. When emergency crews, including Ashcroft Fire Rescue, arrived on scene, the semi was off the road and on fire. Both the driver of the semi and the driver of the Honda, the vehicle's lone occupant, were pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the car was a woman believed to be from the United States. The fire sparked by the semi spread to nearby grasslands and was dealt with by the members of Ashcroft Fire Rescue in order to stop it from spreading further, either through the grass or to some nearby outbuildings. Ashcroft firefighters established a containment perimeter and fought the fire before handing over to BC Wildfire Services. As of the morning of July 28th, there are indications of hotspots in the area of the burned semi. There is no estimate of when the highway will reopen. And for further information and updates on the highway's status, check out www.drivebc.ca. Thank you very much to the Ashcroft Cache Creek News for that article. Thank you, Barbara. Speaking of Barbara, let's talk about what happened last night at the the Ashcroft Council meeting. For I once again missed it. It sounded like a good one, though. I was out getting my eyes checked in Kamloops, so I apologize for everyone. I will not miss them again moving forward. But Jessica happened to be there. So Jessica, what happened?
Happened to be there. I went so that somebody was there. So the meeting started with a presentation from Gloria Mertens, who is a resident. And she was talking about heritage conservation. So she's part of a group of community members who would like council to look into creating a community heritage register to include heritage houses and land within Ashcroft. One of those places they would like to have included with this designation is the area known as the slough, which is currently owned by the actual slough isn't owned by the Ashcroft Terminal, but it's Crown land, but right up to it is Ashcroft Terminal. The land itself has no commercial value as it actually floods every year, and there's ongoing community discussion about the slough right now, specifically access to it, as you have to cross through Ashcroft Terminal land and cross the CN tracks to access the area. The group feels that there should be a classification as historically significant due to its cultural, historical, and ecological value, as well as its geological, recreational, and artistic value. Council did have some concerns over access to the site and what the impact would be of opening up the area to tourists, as there isn't a lot of parking or easy access to it. They did appreciate the information provided, but they'll wait to see what the working group that the Ashcroft Terminal has set up comes up with as to a potential solution to have access to the river at that point. Council also approved a motion to partner with the Village of Cache Creek to help them with their asset management. You talked a little bit about that from the Cache Creek Council meeting, so it's great to see partnerships finally between the two villages. The council decided not to defer tax sales due to delinquent property taxes this year. The government has given all municipalities the option to defer their tax sales because of COVID. But the council is concerned about the Tingley Street apartments, which are slated to be in the tax sale this year. If the owner doesn't pay his taxes again, this will be the 3rd year that he hasn't, and so it can go into a tax sale. So they're wanting to try and deal with that building because it's been a thorn in their side for quite a few years with a lot of things going on with it. So hopefully there will be a tax sale at the end of September, and that building will be potentially the only one, but there are others that haven't paid their taxes yet. So if you haven't paid your taxes, pay them. But you do have to not pay your taxes for 3 years before it goes into a sale. There was also a request from Marina Papias and Daniel Collette to share the cost of a postcard created by Daniel to promote the Mosaic Art Walk, or the Mosaic Walk in Ashcroft, rather. There was some current concern raised by council about being seen to promote a single artist business because it has Marina and Daniel's business information on it. So they were kind of leery. They want to promote the art walk, but they don't want to show favoritism to any single business in town because that sets a precedent. So they've actually deferred all of that to the brand new Economic Development and Tourism Working Group that was just created, and the first meeting for that is Wednesday, so that will go on to that agenda and be dealt with through that. They are also planning to create a promotion of public art policy so that when things like this come up in the future, they've already got a policy in place so that they're not having to think about it all the time. They also approved paying cash at the front office. So they had received a letter saying, why can't we pay with cash? Everybody else pays with cash. Wash your hands. We'll wash your hands. There's ways now to sanitize. So they still would prefer other methods of payment, but they will take cash if needed, which is too late now if you wanted to pay your property taxes in time. The South Caribou Sportsmen Association has requested a grant and aid to help with the rebuilding of buildings on their gun range. They lost everything except their clubhouse during the 2017 wildfires. So they did approve a $500 request for that so they can start rebuilding more. And they are actually starting to get even more active. They've got more members coming and they are planning events because they can physically distance with their events. There was a letter that was pulled out from just the pile of correspondence from CN indicating that CN is investing $44 million into the province over the next year. And so Mayor Roden actually asked if staff could write a letter to CN asking if the crossing on Old Caribou Road was on their list of things that they would be spending money on because it is in dire need of fixing. I haven't crossed that crossing in a very long time, but Mayor Roden had crossed it last week, and she's like, yeah, no, we need to fix that. And lastly, NDIT, Northern Development Initiative Trust, has increased the amount of money available to each community for their business facade improvement fund from $15,000 to $20,000. So the Village of Ashcroft now has $20,000 that they can reimburse businesses for improving the facade of their building. Another change to that program is instead of it being only 50%, 100% of eligible costs will be reimbursed. So any business downtown that is looking to get a little bit of a facelift can actually have potentially 100% of their costs reimbursed to make them prettier.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for going for me, Jessica.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. We bought a bunch of stuff for our bathroom, so we just stayed in Kamloops for an extended period of time. But so talking about the SLU, so from a few days ago, the SLU working group has a Facebook page. It's called Ashcroft SLU Info and More. 4 days ago, it says, tomorrow is the third meeting of the Ashcroft Terminal Community Working Group. Due to COVID-19, we used Zoom to facilitate our 2 previous meetings. I'm really looking forward to our first in-person meeting using social distancing guidelines. Rest assured, we are doing our best to represent our community and ensure local voices are heard. I will provide regular working group updates on this page. I'm not sure who is running this page. I'm not sure who the I is when they say that I will do X. But I do know that they had that meeting in the hub on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool to see lots of different people coming in from both villages. So keep that up. And we will keep you guys posted on everything in relation to the SLU as new
Hello, people of Ashcroft and Cache Creek. I am Commander Corrugated, and this is Recycled Prime. And we have come from Cardboardonia, way up in the mountains, and we are on a raiding journey. And it happens to be that both of your towns are in our way. You're next! And we do not ask for things, we do not borrow or trade. We take it all, we take it for ourselves. Because that's what raiders do. So, on August 22nd, we'll be coming into your town, and there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you were to have some young, strong children who could help defend, but I doubt you have any of those. Recycle Prime, stay away from the water! You know that's the only thing that can destroy us.
I'm sorry.
You never go near the water. Water is dangerous for our Bordonians.
I know.
So be ready. In 4 weeks we shall arrive, and we will take everything Ashcroft and Cache Creek have, and it'll be ours. Don't get us wet.
Did
I don't know what happened. The feed was just.
what was
What
What
was
was
that?
I don't know.
Were
Like,
they-
so the switcher, it went black, and then I couldn't do anything on it. It was for like 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Did you-
Is this legit? Did we actually?
I think we are being invaded. There's an invasion planned. We better keep everyone apprised of the situation and keep updates coming.
Whatever we learn about this new development, we will keep you all posted at home. But I would be scared. I'd be very scared if I was you. Anyway, moving on. The Ashcroft Museum. Hang on, it's just working on my computer. Come on. Hang on 1 second, folks. I'm sorry. My computer's not working with me. Okay, Ashcroft Museum. Come on.
Do you want to cut to me until you
Yeah,
figure it out?
let's go to Jessica for a moment while I get my computer working.
All right. So, did you know that today is Terry Fox's birthday?
I did, actually.
So we received an email because the hub is hosting the Terry Fox Run this year, and so I'm just going to read this because it's easier to just read this. So long before Terry Fox dipped his toe in the Atlantic to begin his marathon of hope, he had to try to learn to walk all over again. Then he had to try to run again. First a high school cinder running track, then streets, then hills, and eventually mountains. He had to go out and gather support for what seemed like a crazy idea. A run across Canada for cancer research. And even once he began, he had to try every day to push past the pain, exhaustion, and sometimes doubt. Cancer may have taken a lot from Terry, but it could never take away his try. Today would have been Terry's birthday, and in honor of his try, we are inviting you to join our Try Like Terry challenge. As a Terry Foxer, we have seen you try in the annual Terry Fox Run. This year, we are asking you to find a new try. Maybe something life-changing like swimming with sharks. No. Athletic, doing 200 push-ups in 2 minutes. Not with my shoulder, that would, Or just plain fun, getting your child to eat broccoli for the first time. My child likes broccoli. We want you to show us your try and inspire your fellow Canadians to meet and match it. So create a short social post, static or video, and post it on your social media with hashtag #TryLikeTerry and @Terry Fox Foundation. In 2020, a year where we are all learning to live differently, explore your own try. So let's let Terry's own words inspire us. Anything is possible if you try.
And we have a video to back this.
We do have a little video, so let's play that.
So, what am I going to try? What's my new try? So what?
You should try to drink water.
Too far.
Too much? Too much?
No, I've had a few Gatorades, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
The hub is doing something with this. What is the hub specifically wanting people to do?
They want people to come up with their own try and spend the next month accomplishing that, and then giving to the Terry Fox Foundation in that, and also challenging someone else to a try.
Right.
So perhaps Han can all come up with our try, and we will announce them to the world on Friday.
When and it has to be done for Friday.
No,
When does it have to be done by?
the Terry Fox Run is in the middle of September.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Thank you. Is there any more details from that?
No.
Okay. So let's go back to the Ashcroft Museum. So the week of August 3rd, 2020, the Ashcroft Museum is hoping to feature a video of stories and recollections from past and present citizens, the Ashcroft and surrounding areas. So tell us about your favorite memory of Ashcroft and the surrounding areas, a story you have about Ashcroft and the surrounding areas, what you like most about our local history, why you choose to live in this area, anything that pertains to Ashcroft, the surrounding areas, and local history. If you would like to participate, take a video or audio recording of yourself and email it to us, or let us know and we can arrange to record you. Recording must be 5 to 30 seconds long. Our recordings must be emailed by Wednesday, July 29th, so just 2 days from now, 2020, by 4 p.m. Thank you for participating, and this is from the Ashcroft Museum staff. You can contact them at museum@ashcroftbc.ca. Also from Ashcroft, we have a heat warning, which is extreme. Level 1 extreme heat warning, which says the Village of Ashcroft and Interior Health advise residents that the immediate forecast is for 2 consecutive days with daytime temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius or more and not cooling off below 18 degrees at night. It is important that residents are aware of the impact of extreme heat, especially for the very young, the elderly, and those with chronic illness or those taking certain medications. People working outdoors or participating in outdoor activities face greater heat exposure and are encouraged to modify their hours of work if possible and reduce or limit their outdoor activities. Have you ever gotten heat stroke?
I have come close to heat stroke for sure. I don't like the heat.
No?
I mean, I love the dry heat, and I enjoy it from building to building, but I definitely am not somebody that's going to go spend the day outside. Especially yesterday, we were Canada's hotspot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were.
In your face, rest of Canada. Mm-hmm. Anyway, always stay hydrated, drink lots of water, wear loose-fitting clothing made of light-colored, breathable fabric, take cool showers or baths to feel refreshed, plan strenuous outdoor activities before 11 a.m., spend time in air-conditioned environments to allow your body to cool off, limit sun exposure, and avoid sunburn. Be aware that infants, young children, elderly, and people with chronic illnesses are at higher risk of heat-related health effects. Check on your friends and neighbors, especially those who may have special challenges, and make sure that they are prepared for extreme heat. For more information on this, you can go to the Ashcroft Village website. They have all sorts of other resources that you can check out on there as well.
You guys want to hear something fun?
Always.
My AC is busted.
Oh, burn.
Right? My house went up to 90 yesterday. It's cooking.
Yeah. I'm lucky I live in an old house that was built properly, and so we actually don't get any direct sunlight. So it's not too bad. And we've got a front entrance that actually keeps the heat from the direct sunlight. So the front entrance you have to walk through is a sauna, but then the rest of the house is actually quite cool. So, you?
We have several fans going on, and we have a sort of float around a air conditioning unit that can go from room to room as long as it can hook up to a window. So it's pretty cool in our place overall. So, yay.
That's what I need to get. Just some fans under the seat.
One of the cool things that the Hub Online Network has been doing as of the last couple of days is we've partnered with the Ash Creek radio station. So what we're doing is we're sending them 15 minutes a day worth of material that they're going to put up on the radio in audio format. This is going to happen, I believe, every day this week right now. We've sent them everything for this week, and we have next week lined up as well. So if you're listening to the radio, we would love to hear your feedback, whether you like that on the radio or not. I believe it's going on at noon. So if you like that, let them know, let us know. You can always email us at hon@ashcrofthub.com, and we would love to hear from you about the radio station. If you want more content from us on the radio station, maybe even exclusive radio station content, let us know as well. Now, talking about Cache Creek. So water restrictions are lifted, but please be conscious of your water use. The weather will be very hot moving forward, and we want to make sure our firefighters always have enough water available for fire protection. Huge thank you to our public works crew who worked late last night to get everything up and running. This might be a couple days old. Please try and keep your property fire smart. Move flammable materials away from your house and keep trees and shrubs trimmed and not right against your house. Also, please remember that should a fire happen, the water will do a lot more good in the hands of the fire department than with your sprinklers. So that is a message from the village of Cache Creek. They also have, and this is something that I found on the Village of Ashcroft Facebook page, not so much on Cache Creek for some reason, but there's a new schedule on August 3rd for BC Transit in our area. So this is for Ashcroft, Cache Creek, and Clinton riders. So the BC Transit says, we're also adding local door-to-door service in Cache Creek, running every Wednesday and Friday. Trip slots are available between 9:15 a.m. and 3:40 p.m. Call one business day ahead to book. You can call 1-855-359-3935. You can get more details at go.bctransit.com. Before you ride, preview the new schedule for routes in Ashcroft, Cache Creek, and Clinton. See you soon. So that is from BC Transit, hashtag not sponsored, but hey, if you're looking. From Interior Health, let's talk about Interior Health. So in addition, you know what, I'm going to read the actual new COVID numbers before I read that. So this is yesterday's numbers for COVID. So there's 81 new cases, including 7 epi-linked cases since we reported on Friday, for a total of 3,500 cases in British Columbia. There are 264 active cases of COVID-19 in the province, and 3,043 people who have tested positive have now recovered. If you're one of those people, congratulations. We hope that you are feeling better. Of the total COVID-19 cases, 11 people are currently hospitalized, with 3 of whom which are in intensive care. The remaining people with COVID-19 are recovering at home in self-isolation. Since the start of the pandemic, there have been 1,064 cases of COVID-19 in Vancouver Coastal Health, 1,800 in Fraser Health, 143 on the island, 353 in the Interior Health Region, 80 in the Northern Health Region, and 60 cases of people who reside outside of Canada. There have been 2 new COVID-19 related deaths in the Vancouver Coastal Region, for a total of 193 deaths in British Columbia. And of course, just like Dr. Bonnie Henry and Adrian Dix, we offer our condolences to everyone who lost their loved ones during COVID-19. Now, that being said, this is where I get lost with the numbers on this, because they say that. Then, where am I here? Interior Health says, in addition to the provincial briefing, here are some additional current numbers for Interior Health. As of today, and this came out yesterday, I believe, 78 cases in individuals from Interior Health are currently linked to the Kelowna cluster. Now, before that cluster happened, we were at 305 people in Interior Health, and now we're only at 353.
Oh, I know the answer to that.
But there's 78 cases.
I know the weird math.
What's the weird math?
The weird math is that if you're like epi-linked, it doesn't count as a total number. Like there's this weird, so if I gave you and Matthias COVID, only I count, but the 2 of you don't count in numbers, according to the provincial government.
How does that work? So hang on. So you actually give Matthias and I COVID. We actually have COVID. So that means that that's 2 cases. You, who also have COVID, is case 3. but only one out of those 3 counts.
But then how did she get COVID? Didn't she get it from someone else?
So
It doesn't matter. I caused
So
this
only-
cluster.
So only if then Matthias goes out and gets somebody else infected
Yeah,
with Matthias count.
yeah, probably. I don't know. It's weird COVID math.
So I'm thinking this might be why BC has such low numbers.
Well, no, we have low numbers because Dr. Bonnie Henry is an excellent parent and grounds us when we have to be grounded. That's why we have low numbers.
This goes on to say, so 78 new cases in individuals from Interior Health are linked to the Kelowna cluster. 12 additional cases from other jurisdictions are also linked to the cluster in Vancouver, Fraser, and Island. The total cases associated with the cluster is now 90. Investigations into recent cases are ongoing, and we are reporting no new cases at the Kelowna General Hospital or the Oliver Farm over the weekend. So that's positive. The Interior Health also says, the more people that you hang out with, the higher your risk of being exposed and spreading COVID-19. Keep your bubble tight and hang out with the same close friends or family. Do your part. Socialize safely. That means staying home if you're sick. No exceptions. Keep gathering small and outdoors. Don't share food, drinks, or smokes. And don't gather with people you don't know. Ask yourself, what would Dr. Henry do? One cool thing about what's going on with Dr. Bonnie Henry is the YWCA Metro Vancouver Women of Distinction Awards presented by Scotiabank is thrilled to announce BC Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry, MD, as the recipient of the 2020 Icon Award. Selected internally by the YWCA, the Icon Award recognizes an extraordinary woman for her achievements throughout her lifetime. So congratulations to Dr. Bonnie Henry. That is pretty awesome news. Now that's all that I have for that. Oh, actually, that being said, talking about the Kelowna outbreak, I actually have the thing here. So, and this is a notification for Facelos Kelowna. So further testing of individuals has allowed Interior Health to identify an additional location in Kelowna where individuals may have been exposed to COVID-19. Now this is from a couple of days ago, but the reason that I think this is important to read is because it takes 14 days to really get over it. So individuals who visited Facelos clothing store at 565 Bernard Avenue on July 18th or on the morning of July 20th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. are asked to self-monitor themselves closely for symptoms of COVID-19 and get tested if they begin to exhibit symptoms. Public health contact tracing is underway, and where possible, Interior Health is reaching out directly to individuals who have been exposed. Individuals seeking a test should call their primary care provider, family physicians or nurse practitioner, or the closest Interior Health Community Testing and Assessment Center. So it goes into what all the symptoms are, which of course is fever, cough, shortness of breath, loss of sense of taste and smell. Other mild symptoms may include runny nose, fatigue, body aches, etc., etc. You can get tested in Ashcroft if you wanted to. You can get a hold of your doctor and get a test here, which is really nice. I don't know how many people have actually sought that. I think I've heard of one person maybe. But if you or know of or have COVID yourself, please, we would love to hear your story. As we haven't had too many people in our area that have had it. So please email us at hon@ashcrofthub.com and let us know what it is like to actually go through this illness. Jackie Taggart shares a thing from the government of BC that talks about extended support for kids and youth, which you can find on her MLA Facebook page. The link is from the government of British Columbia, and it goes on to talk about how, for example, if you have a child that is living in a group home of some kind, but is aging out because of a pandemic, they will not have to leave that particular situation. I had a sister that had several mental illnesses and handicaps and stuff, and she did have to age out eventually, so that would have been a terrible thing to have happened during this time, especially if you had nowhere to go. So that is awesome news. Keep up the good work, British Columbia. Brad Viss. Now I'm going to actually try and get the audio of this one. Brad Viss says he didn't actually tweet anything. He's retweeted a video of Justin Trudeau apologizing for all the things that he's done. over the last little while, and it's just a montage of him saying sorry, 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 sometimes in French, mainly in English. So I'm just going to move this over, turn up my volume, and share this with you guys. I thought it was pretty funny.
And take responsibility for everything that happened. I made a mistake. Désolé de ne pas l'avoir fait. For that I am deeply sorry. And I apologize. Je prendrai toutes les précautions à l'avenir. I should have known better. This was my mistake. Sorry I didn't. And that is something I deeply regret. I should have done. And I'm sincerely sorry. I'm really sorry.
So this video goes on to say that responsibility is taking actual action when you say that you're sorry, not just keep doing the same thing that you're doing. Now, I have no opinion on whatever's going on with Justin Trudeau, but he is back with the ethics committee right now. He is answering a lot of questions over this weed charity scandal. And of course, as Jessica, I'm going to make Jessica do it every time. Why is this important to us?
Why is it important to us? The Hub is hoping to be one of the organizations that youth can volunteer through the fund.
So that's how we make it about us. So, what else do you have?
I have some coming events
Coming
and
events.
a job posting. What do you want first?
Job posting.
All right. So Community Futures is hiring a trail worker for the Maccabee Fossil Beds Heritage Site. So they're looking for somebody to help, a highly motivated worker to help build interpretive trails at the Maccabee Provincial Heritage Site starting mid-August for up to 8 weeks. This is a physically demanding job requiring a reasonable level of fitness. We are looking to hire for the entire project phase with training and trail theory provided. So if you are looking for something to do and you are fit and want to work outside for 8 weeks, they would like somebody with carpentry skills and backcountry safety and knowledge of using a chainsaw and power tools, have to be able to work outside for long periods of time, knowledge of trail design, and capping experience is also an asset but not necessary. If you are interested in that, you can send your resume to drnot@cfsun.ca with the subject line, resume for trail worker position. And the deadline for that is August 10th, 2020. So that's a job potential for you. We've got a couple of coming events with the Hub. We've got Painting with Joe Petty tonight and Thursday. I'm helping Joe today, and then I'm actually going to paint on Thursday. I'm so excited. She's doing sunflowers, which are my favorite thing to paint. If I could just paint sunflowers all day, every day, I'm pretty sure that I would. There are still spots left for tonight, so if you're interested to come out tonight at 6:30, call the Hub office, 250-453-9177. It is an adult-only thing, and it's only $20. So do that, or register for Thursday. There are spots there still as well. For kids, this week's virtual kids camp is all about science. You're going to be making a lava lamp with 2 special guests, I hear, hosting the camp this week. It's only $5 this week with all the supplies included. So you register and then come and pick up the supplies that you need, I think tomorrow or Thursday morning before. And again, you can register with the Hub office. Unity Cafe has some country music coming up on Friday. The Tanner Dawson Band show starts at 7:30, doors open at 6:30. There are still some tickets available, and she's partnering with Slim Jims to provide some appies, so you can go get your appies from Slim Jims and come over to the balcony, her new patio, and have a drink, and what a great partnership. So
Now that is a clever idea. Good job, Nadine.
yeah, so I think you don't like country music, so you won't be going, but people who like country music, you are going because you have to.
I will be going. I'm going to be going to interview Tanner, and I'm going to film 2 songs of his so we can make a little video about him and the band that he's with. But I have no opinion on country music because I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
You can have an opinion on that. That's different.
I loathe country music.
Yeah. Sometimes we play country music really loud in the studio just to drive him crazy. And then also, I'm assuming this is from Communities in Bloom. It doesn't have an actual, like, who's doing it. but they're wanting some help with deadheading the flowers along Railway Avenue and the side streets. And they meet on Thursdays at the bakery at 8:30 in the morning. The bags are provided to pick up anything, and so there's coffee and goodies to follow. So go out, have some physically distant fun, get a little bit of exercise, make downtown look even more beautiful than it already is, and then have a coffee. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a disclaimer. We have quite a story that I'm going to read out to you guys, but it is adult themed. So if you don't want to blush, do not listen to this. Skip ahead to the end. You can't really skip. You guys sort of have to wait for me to finish talking. But anyway, if you do not want to hear me talk about sex and COVID-19, then turn off your ears for a minute, or probably 2 or 3 minutes. So this is from, you have been warned. I'm going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How COVID-19 spreads. The COVID-19 virus is spread by liquid droplets in saliva and respiratory or breathing fluids when a person coughs, sneezes, and sometimes when a person talks or sings. It can be spread to people who are within 2 meters or about 6 feet of a person with the virus if the droplets are inhaled, breathed in, or land on the mouth or nose of someone nearby. Whether you are engaged in sexual activity or not, it can also be passed by touching contaminated surfaces and then touching the face, eyes, nose, or mouth. The virus has been found in semen and feces, or poop. It is not yet known if the virus is found in blood or internal genitalia fluids. Now, this is coming from the BC CDC website. This is a story because when it was published, I guess a week or 2 ago, lots of people were like, I can't believe that the government has put this out. And you'll probably see why once I keep going, and I apologize for the vulgarity, but again, this is from the government. The virus has been, okay, so what the government is suggesting is if you're feeling sick, skip sex. You should not have sex with anyone if your partner has symptoms of COVID-19, been in contact of or had exposure to a known case of COVID-19, or being advised to self-isolate. And you would think that a lot of this is pretty much common sense, but I digress. Now we get into the sort of heavy stuff here. If you're feeling well and have no symptoms of COVID-19, you can have sex, including masturbation. You are your safest partner. Masturbating by yourself or solo sex will not spread COVID-19. If you masturbate with a partner or partners, physical distancing will lower your chances of getting COVID-19. Virtual sex, video dates, phone chats, sexting, online chat rooms, and group chat rooms are ways to engage in sexual activity with no chance of spreading COVID-19. Be aware of the risks of sharing information or photos online and webcamming. Some people do not share personal information or show their face or other identifiable body parts for their privacy, which is really up to you. Sex with partners. Having one or a few regular sex partners can help lower the chances of being exposed to COVID-19. Talk with your sex partners about the type of sexual activities you want to have with them and the precautions that you can take each take to make sex safer for you and your sex partners, like wearing a mask and social distancing, and whether you or your sex partners or anyone you are in contact with have a higher chance of getting a more serious COVID-19 illness, such as someone with an underlying medical condition like diabetes, lung disease, cancer, or weakened immune system. Talking about these things will help you and your sex partners make informed decisions about sex and your health and health of others. So steps to protect yourself during sex. Here are some ways that you can lower the chances of being exposed to COVID-19 during sex with others. Ask your partners if they're feeling unwell or have any symptoms of COVID-19. It's kind of like what we do at the hub. Consider keeping contact information for your partners so that you can reach them if one of your developed symptoms. I almost made it through.
You did so good.
But that's, again, so it's very much like a business. Here at the hub, we ask people 5 or 6 questions about whether they've come in contact with anybody that's had COVID-19. We take down their name, their number, in case we have an outbreak here, and we can get in touch with them. So very much like a business. Before and after sex, wash your body with soap and water. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Wash sex toys thoroughly per the manufacturer's instructions. Most, but not all, can be cleaned with mild, unscented soap and water. Do not share them with multiple partners. Wear a face covering or mask for heavy breathing during sex can create more droplets that may transmit COVID-19. Avoid or limit kissing and saliva exchange. Choose sexual positions that limit face-to-face contact. So now, this is the particular line that sent the internet into a tizzy a couple weeks ago. Use barriers like walls, e.g. glory holes, that allow for sexual contact but prevent face-to-face contact. That literally blew up Twitter. It was hashtagging #1 for like 2 days. Using condoms, lubricants, and dental dams may help to further reduce the chances of minimizing contact with saliva, semen, feces, blood, and or internal genitalia fluids during sex. So that is the information and precautions that the government of Canada is trying to put onto you about your sexual life. So if you want more information, of course, you can always go to the bccdc.ca website. And please, unless you really want to, don't email us at hon@ashcrofthub.com. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the show that I have today. You can listen again. For all those people at home, you can take off the earmuffs. If I had one last thing to say, it would be, and I apologize for saying your name next, but Stephen Anderson, if you're watching, we hope that you're doing well.
Please stop watching.